Melanie from Melanie's Muses here, where I muse about things in the entertainment world that entertain me, and hopefully you guys stay along for the ride. Followers of my channel know I love Christmas. There is no such thing as too much Christmas for me, including Christmas songs. But today, I want to talk about something a little bit different. In the US, this just isn't a thing for some reason, but in the UK, we have crazy Christmas #1 songs. Sometimes they're released for charity, they might be released just to try and get the Christmas #1. It's a really big deal. So I'm going to count down my top 5 craziest Christmas #1s ever. Quick disclaimer, these are songs that had to have been #1 on England's chart on Christmas Day. There are some songs that were really big hits that didn't quite hit that Christmas Day mark. They have not made this list. As we haven't had this year's Christmas #1, obviously the list only goes up as far as 2019. Oh, and I should probably let you know, all the links to listen to the songs are in the description for the video, but due to copyright laws that YouTube has, I'm not even allowed to play clips from the song in the video, even if I list them below without getting flagged, and I don't want to risk that. So guess what, you guys? You will get to see a little picture of the song, and you will get to hear a little bit of my version of it. Those of you that want to turn off now, I get it. All the songs are in the description. Before you go, give me a thumbs up and come back and see what else I can do. Okay then, here we go. I'm going to start this list, #5, with a comedy classic. Benny Hill was a huge comedy entertainer back in the day, and this song was #1 for Christmas in 1971. My husband loves Benny Hill. He is far better known for running around with sexily clad women chasing him. It's all a little bit bizarre, not generally my kind of humour, but the Christmas #1 song was Ernie, the Fastest Milkman in the West. Now you have to remember, these are English songs, so yes, obviously, he was the fastest milkman in the west of England. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if you guys even had milkmen over here in the US, but they used to go from door to door, deliver your pints of milk in the morning, and the best ones had the cream on the top and whatever. He did the fastest milkman in the West, and if you listen to the lyrics, it is actually a song, and there's competition, and there's another milkman on his milk float. Yeah, I think it's called a milk float. Actually, in the song, I think they call it a milk cart. So here's my little clip from the song. So I apologise in advance if you think this is crazy, but this is how the song goes. I swear this is how the song goes. In the description for the video, there is a link to a proper video where you can go and listen to this and see that I'm not making it up. They called him Ernie, Ernie. He drove the fastest milk cart in the West. Yeah, I think that's enough of that song. It's not one of the best ones on the list by far. So let's go straight on and see what's on #4. #4, we have There's No One Quite Like Grandma by St. Winifred's Choir. Released in 1980, it was one of those things where tugging at the heartstrings seemed like a good idea at the time. And yes, it made it to #1 because you have a group of school children singing how much they love Grandma. But if you actually listen, they didn't really sing particularly well. It was definitely novelty value, but it got on all the shows and it got to #1. There's one little girl that sort of sings the main bit, and then you have the whole class in the background. Do you know those awful school concerts that you go to? Even in America, I know you guys go to these awful school concerts. I went to 100 of them. This is like that. It is literally like sitting through one of them. And the main premise is basically the chorus singing, "Grandma, we love you." And that's all I remember from the song is that, but I remember it being everywhere, and I do know whenever I hear it on any other playlist, I turn it off immediately. It's like, no, I don't want to listen to that. But it's insane, and it just goes to show you how crazy English people can be that they will vote for that. And it's only at #4. You know what that means? There's 3 more crazier songs coming up. And so with that, let's go on to #3. #3 is actually a double entry because they held the #1 spots for 2018 and 2019 and are a perfect example of how people in England campaign to get the Christmas #1. I believe this one was for charity. I really hope it was for charity. Otherwise, you're literally singing about sausage rolls. You're taking a big well-known pop song and turning it into a sausage roll song. This thing went absolutely viral in England. You could not put anything English on without hearing about this song. For those of you that don't know what a sausage roll is, because, all right, it is kind of an English food thing. It is sausage meat in a flaky pastry, and like back in the day it was Boquettes that had like the really, really good ones. They've been taken over. I don't remember who took them over, but because I live in America now, so I can't get them. But I even had to make sausage rolls over here because you can't buy them. In England you can buy them everywhere, stick them in the, from the freezer straight into the oven, and sausage rolls, you get them at every party. You eat them hot, eat them cold. It's a big deal. Don't think it's really a big enough deal that we needed 2 Christmas songs about them. And both of them got to #1. So, Lad Baby, the team, you can call them a team behind this. The first song in 2018 was We Built This City on Sausage Rolls, which will probably be true about most of the southeast of England, if we're honest, because we did like our sausage rolls. And as you can imagine, yeah, it really does just follow the song We Built This City. But it goes, we built this city. We built this city on sausage rolls. You know, Dean from Supernatural would probably love that. He would probably be all about the sausage roll song. And they followed it up last year because, if you've done it once, obviously you're going to want to do it twice. And their song was I Love Sausage Rolls. And yes, it is that song. I love sausage rolls. I mean, I love sausage rolls, but I don't think I'm going to go around singing that. So yeah, 2018, 2019, Lad Baby took the Christmas #1 title with songs about sausage roll, and that is our entry for #3. Let's move on. At #2, we have a song from 2000, which, yeah, I guess it isn't that long ago, 20 years, that sounds about right. And it is a perfect example of why parents make songs #1, because they're buying the song for their kids. There is no way anybody was buying this single to listen to themselves. It is Bob the Builder, Can We Fix It? Yes, the theme song to that annoying children's show with Bob the Builder in the UK. I know it was over here as well because Matthew, when he was little, had a bunch of Bob the Builder stuff. And the song is literally, Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. And that was Christmas #1. #1! How insane is that? I mean, can you believe it? Seriously? #1. Bob the Builder #1 in 2000, and that comes in at #2. But before I reveal #1, I'm going to steal something that I've seen on a lot of other videos, not naming any names, and they have honourable mentions. And there are a couple songs that I think deserve an honourable mention. The first one didn't actually get to be a Christmas #1 in England, but it was a Christmas #1 in Ireland. This was 2 puppets, Zig and Zag. They actually had several hits, which is kind of scary when you think about it. They're puppets, they were on a morning TV show for a while, Zig and Zag. And in their song, they literally used the word twat. I'm not quite sure if I'm allowed to use that word. I'm going to have to Google that. If not, then there will be like some little asterisks and a big hint about what that word is at this point. But yeah, they use that in their Christmas song. They didn't just do one song, like I said, they had a bunch of songs, including Them Girls, which almost made #1 in the UK for Christmas. They hit it just a little bit later, by about a week. They're about a week late, which is good. Well, you'd think it would be good until you find out my #1, when I get to #1, is the song that kept this off the #1 spot. So I don't actually know if that's a good thing or not. You can judge for yourself when you get it. As I said before, links to all of these songs are in the description for the video, so you really should go and look them. I'm not even going to try and sing Zig and Zag, it's just not happening. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word, so that messes that up, because it's like the main line of the song. My second honourable mention is just because I used to love the Smurfs, and Smurfs had a Christmas song. It's called Christmas in Smurfland, and it was the Smurfs, yes, the cartoon characters, the Smurfs, with Father Abraham. You should definitely Google that and look it up. It never got higher than #19 in the English charts. I don't know why, because you can hear all the other stuff that's on this list, and that made it all the way to #1. This should have been a Christmas #1. It wasn't, but it gets an honourable mention because Smurfs. It's got the Smurfs in it. So check that one out too. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the #1 crazy Christmas song from the England charts. Have you guessed what it is yet? In 1993, this huge inflatable character kept zig and zag, thank goodness, from the top of the charts with his song, Mr. Blobby. Mr. Blobby was on the Noel Edmonds show. He's literally this huge pink blob with yellow spots all over, and he doesn't speak, he just goes blobby, blobby, blobby all the time, and you're supposed to translate that, and nobody really can. There are a lot of cameos in the video. If you watch the video, you'll see like Shakespeare's sister, Stay With Me. Do you remember that song? There's a whole bit in there. I don't know how they convinced them to do it. Maybe they said, we'll be Christmas #1. That could have done it. In fact, that's probably what happened. I bet they said to Shakespeare's sister, come do this video with us, with Mr. Blobby, and we'll be Christmas #1. Because in England, that gets you everywhere. Top of the pops, you know, you name it, you are everywhere if you are the Christmas #1. It is definitely a claim to fame. Although when I looked up the song, I didn't see anything about them mentioned until I watched the video back. So maybe it wasn't the best decision for them after all. Or maybe they just want to hide. I think I want to hide because this song is awful. Obviously having a whole song of Blobby going blobby, blobby, blobby would be really, really awful to watch. So there are some lyrics as well. The lyrics are not fabulous though. You have a group of kids that are singing at kids. They drag their kids into a lot of these songs because people buy songs with kids in it. I think you're guilted into it. Anyway, they sing, Blobby, oh Mr. Blobby, if only you could make us understand. Blobby, oh Mr. Blobby, your Christmas song will play throughout the land. And it did! How prophetic is that? It really did. It literally went everywhere. It was... And this was in the 90s. It's not like everyone was hitting YouTube to watch these videos back in the day. This was actual people going out and buying this stuff on like record or cassette or whatever was big in 1993. How sad is that? That's pretty sad. Okay, so what did you think? Isn't the UK a weird place? England Christmas #1s. I mean, there really isn't anything like it. There's a lot of songs that make it big in England that just shouldn't make it big. But Christmas is definitely the time when you're going to find the most. Are you from England? Have you heard of these songs before? Did I not sing one of the songs that you'd have preferred me to sing or talked about it? Because I don't know if you can really count that as singing the songs. Let me know in the comments. As always, please do all the fun YouTube things like, comment and subscribe and share. Let other people know that English people are crazy. And I'm English, so it's okay for me to say that because anyone who watches my live show will know I'm pretty crazy. I don't try and hide it. And I mean, come on, I'm dressed as a reindeer. I'm dressed as a reindeer. Can you see back? There's a face on here. And my ears jingle. So there you go. If you made it this far, huge thank you for sticking with me to the very end. Make sure you click all the videos in the descriptions and see that I really am not making this stuff up. If you like what you see, join us on Facebook Live every Sunday at noon Eastern Time. My husband Greg and I, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I just came off Facebook Live and I was just like this. Kind of sets the tone for what we do, and we give stuff away. You get to enter the giveaway just by turning up and commenting, which is pretty awesome. Go over to melaniesmuses.com, which is my website. There's always giveaways and fun stuff going on there, and I'm about to start my 24 days of Christmas recommendation movie watches. So I did do a top 10 must-watch Christmas movies. They are classic and new, and then this one is just 24. Yeah, 24 other movies that hopefully you will enjoy as much as I did. And then join me back here on my YouTube channel when, who knows what I'll be talking about next. Maybe something Christmassy, maybe something completely different, who knows. But if there's something you'd like to see, you know what to do. Drop me a line in the comments. If I don't see you before, have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. Just enjoy yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye.